Good morning, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Thomas Taylor III, coming to you live from Lawrenceville, Georgia on this June 6, 2021. First of all, I want to say congratulations to all the graduates who graduated from all the various different, higher level learning, as well as, high school. Some already graduated, as well as, some will be graduating sometime this month. So this morning, you guys, I want to talk to you about dreaming, okay? So a few weeks ago, I talked to you about 3P's, right? That was pain, purpose, and positioning, okay? Well, this morning, I want to talk to you about 3D's. That's dreaming, discipline, and destiny. I want to say it again. That's dreams, discipline, and then destiny. So I want to talk about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., right? I think his speech, which is one of the most famous speeches that he talked about, was what? I have a dream, right? So let's think about that for a moment. He was a very spiritual man. He was a scholar, right? And one of his favorite and most famous speeches is about dreaming, right? I have a dream. And when you understand that, right, sometimes in your head, in terms of things that you think about for the future, your imagination is the greatest pull, right? And imagination is the closest thing to reality. So he talked about, I have a dream for another moment in time, right? Over 50 years now, you guys. So take time when you get an opportunity and just kind of go through that and just stop and think about the things that he saw then and what he talked about, what he wanted to see in the future. Okay. So now let's take you and me, right? So what dreams have you had that didn't manifest itself as of yet? Or better yet, have you stopped dreaming? Ooh, that's a good one. Why? Because sometimes when we're younger, we have these dreams. We want to be an attorney, or we want to own our own business, or, typically when you was young, you just say you want to be rich, right? Then all of a sudden, you start to get older, and then responsibility starts to settle in, right? Excuse me, you get a little bit more responsibility. Maybe you get married, you have children, and then you start to get into this kind of rut, like they call it, like this mundane phase where, like, for instance, today is Sunday, right? So, most of us will go, to their place of worship, and then when they come home, have some lunch or watch whatever sports is on. And then what do, you guys? You get prepared for the dreaded Monday, right? To go back to work, right? But have you stopped for a moment and actually planned out not just your week, but your month? Okay? So just think about dreaming, right? Have you actually told somebody about that dream, right? Or you don't believe it anymore, right? Because the older you get, sometimes we stop dreaming, you guys, because we stop believing that it's possible. Go back to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech, right? What he talked about wasn't for then. It was for another moment in time, right? So just think about yourself. Regardless of where you are in age, just ask yourself, have you stopped dreaming? Have you stopped believing, right? That inner being inside of you, because reality is all around you, you guys. Well, here's the second D, you guys. The second D is discipline, all right? So you have a dream, and in order for that dream to manifest itself, guess what? There's going to be some work involved. There's going to be something that you have to do. Even if nobody around you believes it, right? You have to be disciplined enough to have those things that you feel like your creator gave you to manifest. And sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, that's where we kind of fall short. Why? Because we look around and we see, is there anybody else doing this? Or does anybody else believe that I can do it, right? So you kind of start to get a little shaky because you're a little bit doubtful. Guess what? That you can't even do it. So now if you're doubtful and now you have to do work, this is what happens, you guys. Most people tap out. Nah, I'm just going to stay where I am, right? And then you really miss not what you can do for you, but you really miss what your creator has for you for other people that's assigned to you, you guys. That's why it's so key, you guys, to really understand. In order to walk in your purpose, you got to understand what did your creator give you? What are you dreaming about, right? Because those are the things that will free you, you guys. But the discipline is very important. Excuse me. So my creator put on me to create something for those who grew up without a father, right? That was a dream that I had. That was in the early 2005, after I changed my name, 2007. 5 years later, you guys, actually created a nonprofit organization called Growing Up Without a Father. Why? Because I have a dream to help millions of people who grew up like myself without a father, meaning without somebody to help them navigate their way through this thing that we call life, right? But inside of that, you guys, I had no idea what it actually takes and what it took to start a nonprofit organization from scratch. I had no idea. So I had to be very, excuse me, I had to be very disciplined, right? In order for the dream that I had to manifest, right? Now years later, working on programs, right, with different organizations for those dreams that I had to manifest. So again, I ask you, what dreams have you pushed aside, right? What goals, what things that you felt that you had the ability to do, but you wasn't disciplined enough in order to carry those things through? Because sometimes, you guys, we look for a quick fix. We want to plant a seed in the ground, we want to pour water, and we want to harvest, right? But we all know that's not how things work, right? There's always a sowing, reaping, harvest, like, just like the seasons, right? We're kind of going into, depending upon where you are, in the world right now in Georgia, we're moving into that kind of summer type of range, right? Now, if you expect it to snow in July in Atlanta, that might not happen. Now, I'm not saying it can't happen because, Georgia has some crazy weather. I'm not saying it can't happen, but there's a possibility that it might not happen. Why? Because that's not the season that we're in, right? So I want you to understand that for your own life. Like, what season are you in? Where are you in terms of dreams? Do you believe, and are you disciplined enough to make those things become a reality? And so the last D, you guys, is destiny. Why? Because when you understand the dream that your creator has given you and you actually do the work, you're disciplined to stay focused long enough to witness the manifestation of what he has already completed, now you start to walk into your destiny, right? Back to Martin Luther King Jr. when he talked about one of his favorite speeches, I Have a Dream. He was a spiritual man, right? So inside that book that he reads with 66 chapters, somewhere in that Matthew area, 7 and 8, it talks about asking. It talks about seeking, and it talks about knocking, right? Just think about that, right? Just ask, and you shall receive. Seek, right? Seek is an action word. Seek, go, and you will find, right? Knock, and it shall be open unto you, right? Just take some time and read that. Just real simplistic. Asking, seeking, and knocking, right? So in order to ask, somewhere you got to believe, right? You got to believe that the dreams that he put inside of you, not the guy next to you, not your neighbor, not your friend, you have the ability to have those things manifest, you guys. But it's going to take a little bit of work. And we know what he says about work and faith, right? Faith without works is dead, you guys. And that's kind of somewhere where we kind of miss it, and we kind of, the wheels kind of fall off the wagon, and we're like, wow, okay, why? Because we all have responsibilities, you guys. We all have responsibilities, right? But there's something that your Creator placed inside of you that He's asking you, right? He's begging you for you to line up with what He told you and believe it. And I guarantee you, you guys, He will give you the necessary tools, right? To number one, to be disciplined enough to have those things that He placed inside of you to manifest. Why? Because He wants the glory, right? But there's going to be people around you that's going to benefit from it, you guys. It's happening every single day. So understand your dreams, right? I want you to start to kind of meditate and just think about it. Like, just kind of slow down, because He's talking to you, but everybody's so busy, right? You may not be hearing, right? But He's giving you something to dream, right? Then figure out how to get into a discipline mode, right? Because discipline is work, and it's okay, right? It's okay. Because once you become disciplined and you start to gain some momentum, you will see, I promise you, you will see your destiny start to manifest itself, you guys. And there's so many things around you, you guys, that's negative, because the world is just negative, man. Like, everybody around you is negative. Turn on the news, it's just negative, right? So what happens is it kind of beats down our psyche, and we start to have some doubt. Then we start to have some fear, right? And you know the rest of that story. When those things start to creep in, you guys, you're like, nah, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to kind of stay where I am. But guess what? You was not put on this earth to be average. You were put here to be great, right? To subdue, have dominion, right? That's a whole lot wider in terms of territory than where you currently are, you guys. I have faith and confidence in you, right? That if you understand these three things, if you understand the dreams that your Creator has given you, if you stay disciplined enough for those things to manifest, you will see your destiny right before you, and you will help all those that He has assigned to you guys. Well, that's it for today. As you know, I can go on and on, you guys. My name is Thomas Taylor III, you guys. You can follow me on Instagram at Thomas Taylor III. That's Taylor Your Dreams. You can send me an email at tyd@tayloryourdreams.com, as well as Facebook. You can follow me, Thomas Taylor III. So again, this month, you guys, I'm going to be moving this to a kind of a Zoom platform, right? I'm going to send the link out so you guys can register. Once you register, and we're going to do it live, but it kind of be on a different platform where we can have some interaction, take some questions, and we can build and we can bond, you guys. Why? Because I know that you have it in you, right? And sometimes some of us just need a little bit help. We need a little bit support. Say, hey, look, I'm going to support you. I'm going to help you. I know you can do it. Because sometimes in life, you guys, reality, right, your situation, it just constantly, it don't stop. It just constantly, it's one thing after the other, beats you down. Why? Because at the end of the day, right, the things that I'm talking to you about, there's another opposing force that don't want those things to manifest, you guys. So make sure that you're aware of that. But again, my name is Thomas Taylor III. It's been a plum-pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. Until then, you guys go out there, dream, and make it a great day. Talk to you soon.